People in the United States have a trust fund worth $150 trillion, 0 cents. Is this true? What does this mean for us? We're going to talk about it if it's true. We're going to talk about it if it's true. I understand the background and what this really means. An awful lot of people are guessing and they're not quite right. But I know the answer. We will also talk about the 72 ETFs that the SEC needs to approve. A lot of them are XRP. We are going to talk about how the market has changed things. Different kinds of XRP went live today. We're going to talk about that. John Deedon has a new video that makes fun of Ethereum. You'd say that and be positive about XRP. Of course, we're going to talk about this $150 trillion. After that, got some XRP stuff. Let's get right to it. I hope Easter was nice for you. May the Pope rest in peace. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. BlackRock's, it is still the fourth most traded ETF in the world. The BlackRock's XRP ETF is going to happen. A lot of people think that BlackRock, JP Morgan, and other very large institutions will finally join this. When Larry Fink first started talking about Bitcoin, he was against it. But now, he's for it. That was because BlackRock wanted Bitcoin. His views changed as he learned more, which I believe a lot of people in the crypto market do. First, they don't believe it and think it's a scam. Then, they learn more about coding and how it can make our lives better. On our side, right? The tech is something they like. Finally, they see what we see. I think that's what we're also waiting for everyone else to start realizing how crypto will change our lives. You already knew that. So here's the whole list. This was posted by Chad Stein and is now being stolen by everyone. There are about 30 different people on Twitter who have shared this today. It's okay, I'm sure my team will farm it too. It's here. These are, if you know who they are, these are the providers. So who filed for them? What will the ticker be for the business, the asset, the purpose of filing, and all of these dates and deadlines. But you can see that a lot of people are interested in XRP stuff. I believe XRP is getting more attention than anything else. But here is Solana. There are 3 or 4 different Solana ones in this. You even have Cardano ETFs, which I also think are a good idea. A Polkadot. Polkadot is still being used by some. There's no need to raise your hand. Okay. Trading in XRP futures will begin today on Coinbase derivatives. You know, I saw a lot of buzz about this on Twitter. Of course, never fall in love with a date. We still need to take 1,000 steps forward before this can be widely used and prices can be found. Every little step we take toward our goal is a step we've already taken. Our speed and energy are slowly building up here. Then we've seen this for a long time. I've been showing this since the beginning of my time in the crypto space. There are a lot of new people here who may not have seen this, but here is a graph that shows what Ripple is. Maybe have gotten access is the wrong word. They have formed relationships with these organizations and organizations that help these organizations, such as Volante. Institutions like CGI Worldwide and Finaster are in this group. So you can use XRP in the Target 2 system, the SEPA system, Fedwire, and CHAPS if you want to. All of these methods would work a lot easier and cheaper if they all used XRP. But it's clear that you won't be able to get every machine on the same thing. Having that thing available in every system, though, would make it easy for money to move between countries. I think that XTBAR, Algorand, and a lot of other places will be linked to the world's banking system in the same way. Okay, oh no, this year XRP will take the place of Ethereum? Please let me play this, John Dean. In short, it's about how Ethereum can be used in the real world. It takes a long time, costs a lot of money, and the group has lost a lot of steam since Trump was elected. What reasons do you think XRP might beat Ethereum? A lot of things were kept secret because of the case. Let's remember that XRP was number 2 for a short time in January 2018. While Bill Hinman was giving his speech on June 14, 2018, he let Ethereum off the hook. In October 2018, XRP briefly switched places with Ethereum. Listen, I know that people who love ETH will be mad at me, but I'm just telling you the truth. I'm aware of no other asset class that lost more legal advantages than Ethereum. That speech made Ethereum and Bitcoin more clear. Plus, the fact that Bitcoin doesn't have smart contracts or anything like that was the best thing for regulators. And I see that for some reason people are losing interest in Ethereum. I think Ethereum will make it through and be fine. Yes, but I think XRP will turn it around. I can tell you because I know this neighborhood. In all seriousness though, this is likely one of the biggest mistakes in the history of the stock market. right? Ethereum got away with it for a long time. As John said, they had clarity that no other asset had because of smart contracts, right? It wasn't in XRP. It wasn't with XLM. Even though Ethereum had the power to take over the world, they were more interested in selling you Ethereum, right? That's what took place. They gave up in a way. Yes, they have been working to update Ethereum so that the gas fees don't cost $50.00 or $100.00 per transaction. I think they've even been able to get those fees below a penny, but I'm sorry to say that 1,000 other blockchains already had fees below a penny. So Ethereum is now where those other blockchains are, right? Is that really something to be happy about? I mean, you've had your blockchain since about 2015, right? You raised money to finish your blockchain, which was a lot like an ICO. You needed the money to connect Ethereum to the rest of the world. In an email, you said that a lot. The law in the US says that is a guarantee. How did they make it? Yes. How did they get through? If you have $15 million, 0 cents, any government will give you a lot of peace. And trust me, I'd love to say that the US government isn't crooked, but it is. Ripple has more than 50 licenses to send money all over the US. With these licenses, Ripple can legally offer payment services across borders using XRP and its stablecoin RLUSD, which makes it easier for more people to use US banks. Ripple is now ahead of the curve because the government has given it the go-ahead. A lot of other companies are still after Coinbase, Circle, Bitco, and Paxos. Ripple is already set up to grow stablecoin use and business payments in the US because it is applying for banking charters. He says, it's been proven. This is the proof that was shown. I'm not sure what bill this is from, but you can see that it covers Texas and New York. It looks like this is when Ripple got the licenses for Texas and New York. They're just now kind of bringing this up. Don't forget that Zago and other partners are adding a lot of new stablecoins to the XRP system. I think that in the next 5 to 10 years, there will be hundreds of different safe coins on all of these networks. The future really does lie with stablecoins. Someone said that in the next 10 to 20 years, 30 to 40% of all money will be in stablecoins. I was listening to or watching something on YouTube at the time. Kids born today or in the next 2 or 3 years probably will never understand the way banks work now, with checks and 3 to 5 day wait times for payments. You know, some people will never go through it. We go through that a lot. Like if you were my age, you were born before the internet. Okay. How did we have fun back then? I'm not sure. I think we were two different people. Okay, it's here. Now, I heard this for the first time yesterday on Easter. I was just doing my thing. I need to put down my phone. I saw this video on YouTube and thought, man, I need to make a video about this. I need to get this straighter. Does it really add up to $150 trillion, 0 cents? Wouldn't that quickly solve all of our problems if it was true? It would, for sure.